Hello everyone, Rusty Dog here. Okay, so we're in Kekule Dock in the system of Zhongan. Why are we here? Well, let's have a look where we are. Where's Shinrata? Shinrata's up here. 160 light years away. And I'm heading off in the pretty much the opposite direction. Yesterday I did a long-range haulage run, including I think it was it was 5 missions of long-range haulage. And I say haulage, not smuggling, because it was all legal goods, and it paid pretty well. In fact, it paid 21.6 million for 5 missions. Now the downsides and upsides to this is that I'm using my Python. Now while my Python has a fairly decent jump range on it of 22.3 because it's been beefed up by an engineer, it is literally almost to the decimal place half the jump range of my ASP. I think the ASP is 44 light years, I think, jump range. So yeah, 24 jumps in this is 12 in the ASP. Plus the ASP has got a killer fuel scoop. However, the ASP doesn't have the one critical thing that I need, and the Python does, and that is a lot of cargo space. Compared to my other ships, a lot. My Python is only carrying 160 tons, so it's nowhere near the maximum achievable. It can defend itself pretty well. Not that it's going to be wanting to get into any scrapes here in interdictions. It's just going to be running away. But I'm going to do another run today. So we're going to go down to Sothis, which is probably around 320 or something light years away. I'm not really sure. It's just over 400 light years away, but from Shinrata. But yesterday, in the system I was at, I was north, if you like, looking from this point. I was north of Shinrata Desert. I was up here somewhere, and my run down to Sothis, when I decided, let's do this, was 627 light years. Eek. So it's outside the bubble, this place. Seos is another place, but we'll come to that later. You can get missions from here, and if you're friendly with them, they might give you high-paying missions to bring stuff just to Sothis, one jump away. So you might get lucky there. So as you can see, it's 394 light years. It's more than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I'm not sure how many jumps that's going to work out as. Well, 21 jumps because my ship's empty. Obviously, once I've got it stocked. Yesterday I was hauling back 152 tons, so my jump range was diminished. And I think it took about 26 jumps to get here, where I am now. So I dropped off my last shipment here yesterday, and I rented how do you say it? Hired, rented, bought? I had well, it doesn't matter, it's all fake anyway. I was going to say I had slept in a hotel, on the station, hotel room or whatever, last night, and so basically back today and ready to go for another run. So I guess I better stop the video, and I'll be back once I'm docked at Sothis. I can't remember the name of the station. I'll see you then. Okay, we've arrived, and the reason I've started the video at this point is, well, A, to show you an incomplete station. You can see by the shape of it, it looks like some kind of World War II torpedo on the hood there. But you can see it's not a complete station. The other thing you'll notice In fact, let me just cancel my docking request. Okay. Damn, keep doing that. Okay, so request docking.
Docking request granted.
Right, so what's missing? That's right, no traffic control out here. No voices. I was wondering whether they would put that in. I mean, there's ships around here, so there is population. So if these voices, the traffic control, we are to assume then is not. See, they've got that voice. So we're to assume it's a person and not a computerized voice then, because they couldn't get somebody to take a job down here, because what, the commute was too much.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
But I like it. I like the fact that there's no traffic control down here. It's an out of the way station like Robigo. Okay, so now then. So here we are at Sothis, and I keep looking at that and wanting to sing So This Is Christmas. So Shinrata is 553 light years away, so we're quite a bit out the bubble. The Pleiades sector is closer. And Robigo, I think, is going to be around 60 something light years away. I don't know. 59. Well, hey. So Robigo is where we used to go, and now it's not. So here we have Sothis, and we've also got Ceos. You might hear me mistakenly refer to it as CEOs, which I did once, until I realised how bloody stupid that was. Okay, and there is a trade route here. Now, the reason I'm at Sothis and not Ceos is because I'm not friendly with these guys yet, and I probably should be spending time doing that. And the best way should be to pick up boom data missions and bring them to Sothis, and then get missions back to Ceos, and just backwards and forwards until you're nice and friendly. And then once you've gone past cordial level and you're at friendly, you're going to start getting the good missions coming up, the high paying ones. Now then, it works like this. If you take on a smuggling mission, you'll fail the mission, or all your smuggling missions, if you get scanned once. Okay. Secondly, you're going to get more hassle from ships, even if you're outside the bubble. And the plus side of smuggling is it takes up less cargo. So conversely then, legal haulage missions require more cargo space. Your chance of being interdicted outside the population bubble is very, very small. I've only been interdicted once. Well, an attempt to interdict me. Not even that, to be honest. It was just a message on the screen. You know, the typical, you're the one with the big hole message, and then I was able to jump out of the system before he even appeared on my scanner. So, yeah, haulage missions basically completely legal. So when you get into the bubble, you're going to maybe get a little bit of attention from wannabe pirates or pirates who want to get hold of some of your stuff. And of course, carrying more cargo means a heavier ship, means more jumps to get to your destination. But it doesn't necessarily mean less pay. I mean, yes, I could only take 5 missions before, because that's as much as I could take before my cargo hold was to the point where I only had 8 tons of space left, and there was no missions available for that amount of space. In smuggling, they may only ask you to take 8 or 12 items, at higher risk, of course, but you get paid well. But you wouldn't want to stack too much either. I mean, I made 21.6 million yesterday, and I wouldn't want to stack. I could maybe stack, I don't know, 7 missions smuggling, and it would, my cargo would be maybe only a third full, but I'd be making maybe 27, 28 million. But the risk is greater, and you can get scanned. I mean, I've avoided scans when I was doing the Rubigo run. I was avoiding scans pretty well. Okay, I was in a really fast Cobra, but I was also avoiding scans in my ASP as well. So I know how to do that, I think. But regardless, if you do mess up and you do get a scan, a successful scan, then all those 7 missions are gone. So, thankfully, Frontier have now offered long-range haulage missions that pay well. In other words, if you're prepared to travel 300 or 400 light years to drop off some haulage, then they'll pay you very well for it. The trick is to be picking the missions that pay well and don't ask you to transport too much cargo. You know, you don't want one that's going to say, well, we'll give you 6 million if you take 90 tons. That's going to leave 70 tons left, where you might get 2 missions that pay 4 million each, but only require 40 tons each. So it's much better, because you're going to end up with 8 million and you have to take 10 tons less. So you just have to be careful how you work that out. My only risk between here and my first destination is the interdictions. So I've got 3 pips to engines, 3 pips to systems, so I can boost away and protect my shields at the same time. The weapons are not lit up because I don't intend to use them, unless it's a crappy little ship that I feel I'm just going to take on, but you don't get paid for it anyway. Okay, I have to do a quick repair because I scanned a star and then forgot to do the plot to next route. So when I pressed J to jump, it warned me about making the emergency stop or something, but I pressed it anyway because I thought, well, that's not right, just jump to the next system. So I pressed J again, and of course I emergency stopped into normal space, so that cost me a little bit of damage there. So let's pop in. Now luckily I'm already allied with these people, or some of these factions, so I'm already getting decent offers. But if you're not friendly with them, then just find missions to Ceos and do those, like these ones. You know, just take these courier jobs, take them to Ceos, and then you'll start going up. You see, I'm only neutral with the Deep Space clan, but if I can get friendly with all of the clans here, then I'm more likely to be given more missions. Sirius, I am, you can see here, I'm allied with. Federation Unite, am I allied with those guys? They weren't giving me anything at Ceos. I mean, they were just offering me missions like this, these poxy missions. But if, you know, I would pick up, if I was neutral and I want to get to friendly, I would pick up these 3. Task switch, do a few task switch. Instant switching, so jumping from solo to private group or to open play and swapping back, refreshing the bulletin board quickly, basically. And I would pile up a load of these missions to Ceos, take them all there, preferably for the same faction or factions, because they don't take up, well, this one doesn't take up, does it? No, it doesn't take up cargo space. You just have to deliver data. These ones, though, you have to find liquor and wine. I don't know where you're going to get those around here. Maybe they sell them here. I don't know. Quickly appropriate 10 units of liquor. Well, maybe they have liquor and wine at this station, because I don't know if there's anything close by. But look for these where you don't have to... And then just pile them all on and take them all over and start getting your reputation up. So let's take a look at Sirius. Now, I'm allied with these people. And there's no big missions. Why? Am I in the right place? Let's have a look at Federation. Oh my god. What's going on? I am in the right place. Hey, what's going on? Am I in Sophis? Let me just check something here. Allied, cordial. You see now, the Liberate CDOs, if I can get to friendly with them from cordial, then great. Wow, there's not one long-range haulage mission in that whole lot. That's bizarre. This is the stuff I was getting at Seos, which is why I came here. There's not one here, like this one. 11 million. But that's covert item acquisition. We need someone to liberate some goods. Yeah. It doesn't say what though. You've got to go to Seos. These actions are considered illegal. You see, now that might get you wanted in Seos for 7 days, and do you want that? I mean, 11 million is a nice payout, but it's kind of, well, but you've got to get friendly with these people. And I am nowhere near friendly right now. I've got to get through, I've got to do half of neutral, I've got to get through cordial, and then I hit friendly here, and then of course allied, and then backwards you've got unfriendly and hostile. So, okay, well, maybe we just got a bad, I'm trying to avoid the phrase roll of the dice, really. You just got a bad draw there. So let's pop into open play and see what the open play has for us. I mean, I've just completed 5 of their missions yesterday, so they must be fairly happy with me. And anything I can do for that faction that I'm cordial with, which is who? Liberate Seos. As I referred to Liberate CEOs yesterday. Jeez. I've maybe done it today without realizing it. Because when I see that, I instinctively say CEOs because that's what I'm used to. Okay. So, yeah, I'm only neutral with these guys, so I'm not expecting them to be offering me anything. But serious? What is going on? I can't believe this has been nerfed since yesterday. See, look, here's delivery of 24 units of bio-waste. So it's only going to take 24 tons of cargo. It's going to Ross 310, which is 400 light years away, and they want 5 million for it. And you only need to be peddler, really. So I'm going to take that one. Don't really want to be carrying human feces if I can help it, but you know, any old shit for money. Now these people I'm cordial with, so but look, all this to Seos. So you got boom data delivery. I'm not going to do any of the liberate stuff. So I could take these and I could drop them off at Seos on the way. I'm going to accept those. Because it, like I said, it doesn't take up any space. So I don't mind adding, I'll maybe stack, I don't know, if I can get 10, 12 missions, of Liberate Seos, and then I can just pop to Seos first, drop them all off, and then go and do my long range haulage. And then I'll be friendly with these guys, so by the time I come back here again, they may be offering me some nicer missions. Let's have a look. Look at this. We've got 3 missions here, and they all want clothing. Now the chances are, when I go back, it is possible that that might disappear. But can I get clothing here? No, you can't. It wouldn't be that easy, would it? I can buy hydrogen, fuel. Wow, they've got rares here. Now that would have been handy. I had 8 tons free yesterday. I could have bought 8 of those and made a little bit of profit. In fact, I'll do that. If I'm under full cargo, I'll fill it up with these. So bio-waste and hydrogen fuel is all you can buy here then. Okay. Well, where the hell would you acquire the stuff from? You wouldn't acquire it from Seos because that's where they want you to take it, right? Or am I reading it? Am I reading the mission board wrong? Not guaranteed the missions are going to be there now. We need you to steal. Oh, I get it. Right. So we've got to go to Seos, shoot this guy until he drops his cargo, and then I've got to pick them up. Okay. Yeah. Well, if that's something you want to do, this is a different person, and so is that. So now you've got to target 3 ships. But yeah, if you want to do those kind of missions, then that's up to you. Alright, well, nothing's popped up, but I've taken on a few more courier missions, so let's go to Seos. Oh, I might be in the wrong place. Am I? I'm sure I was here yesterday. Okay, well, we'll try South this mining when I come back. Yeah, pretty sure I was here. That new home rings a bell, so I've definitely been here. It was from here yesterday. I remember the green torpedo. Or was that Seos? See, now I'm muddling my own brain up now. I'm questioning my own thoughts. Well, my journal from yesterday, my log, my video logs are gone. I really want to get friendly with the Deep Space Clan because they offer nice paying missions. Although it is those requisition missions, but 11 million? I've got a feeling that's going to involve firepower and some elite ships for some reason. Nobody pays 11 million for one mission without there being some risk to it. And I've noticed, you know, there's virtually 0 smuggling missions coming out of Saltis either. So if anybody knows any, you know, stations that are a long distance away from the bubble.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, now there's 2. There might be more than one place here. Nope, New Dawn. I'm not going to go all Michael Bublé on you here, so don't worry. Or Nina Simone, I should say. So this will be just saying, can you get the goods to us quickly, is it? We require the data sooner than expected. 14 minutes. Yeah. I reckon I can do that. Let's put the throttle down here. The only reason I wouldn't make it in 14 minutes if I stopped to smell the roses, or in elite terms, stopped to explore signal sources. And that's not on the agenda. Yeah, so we got ships in the air, as you can see, but you can make the next 15, 16, up maybe 18 jumps, and you won't even see a ship until you get back into the populated area. I'm a bit off course here. I'm never quite 100% sure how to line this up, but what I do is I try and get the planet behind me, which I've made a complete dog's dinner of, and then this orbit line I try and make it as straight as possible so it doesn't look bent. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's an eagle in a wing of 3. I'm still going to run now because I just want to get to where I'm going. Oh, it's the cops. Is it? Yeah, okay, come on then. Scan me and be quick about it because I'm getting going. This is what I hate, is when the authorities scan you but they don't say anything. Even a message of just a routine scan, you're good to go. That kind of stuff. I think they do that just so it makes my my mission to get these in the right time frame. See, 1 minute now. Otherwise what? Mission fails? It's taking the piss, that is, man. I can't do it in a minute. It's not possible. That must be a different mission, because it would be rather harsh and unfair if it came down from 14 minutes to 1 in the space of like 3 minutes. But they're being very unreasonable.
Incoming mission critical message.
I'm just not bothered. I'm just going to dock and payroll and hand in the missions. I'm not bothered with these mission critical messages anymore. I'll get it here. I'll get it there when I get it there. If you're in a rush, then don't put them on bulletin boards, because people just pick those jobs up when they can. So you're just going to have to take what comes, pal.
Incoming mission critical message.
Piss off.
Incoming mission critical message. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I'm not going to waste time checking all that stuff. It's just a waste of time. It takes a minute for the standby to go through. Okay, so my cordial is going up. Will it get to friendly? Probably not. I don't even know if it's even moving. No, it moved there. It moved there. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm allied with these people. I don't even know why I did these ones. See? More than a minute just farting around with this. You got any nice missions for me? You see, you could just go out, but all these are to the same system. So do you just keep waiting for the same? Well, it's not, is it? It's going to be 3 separate signal sources, mission-based signal sources. But you could do these 3 and, oh sorry, these 2. There's a 1.2 million. There's another one here. But these are all salvage missions. I don't know whether I want to do those. Let's go back into the mission board and see if it's changed since I handed those missions in. Aha! Well, 2 million just for 8 units? I'll take that one. Well, I'll be making 6 point something million at least. And this one, Federation Unite. Oh, I was just about to say they're useless. Yeah, for the sake of the video then, 24 for 4 million, I'll take that. That seems fairly reasonable. The others from yesterday, all the missions were between 320 and 360 light years away. And these ones all hit 400. So yeah, now we got some high-paying missions here from these people. But it's not him I need to get good with. I need to get good with these people. So now that I'm here, going to refresh and see if we can get some missions taken from Ceos. Where are we going? Start. And I'm going to go into open first. So what have I ranked up here? 10 million? I don't know. I haven't been counting, if I'm honest. We'll have a look. What I'm more interested in is how much cargo space I've got left. I know my payouts are okay, otherwise I wouldn't have accepted them. Basically work out how much you'd like to go back with. Like this one, it's not worth it. 54 units for only 3.7 million. Kind of, it doesn't really work out the same, does it, as the other ones. See, 24 for 4.1, you see? And it's going to the same system. Now, and look, this one, 5 million. So what is it? Is this Sothis and Ceos just taking turns at offering the big missions? So there's another 9 million here, providing I can squeeze another 60 tons in. I don't know how many this is going to leave me with. I better make a check of this. Okay, and it's all haulage, as you can see. None of it's illegal, none of it's... Oh, look, I got paid this. Alright, well, let's get shot of this. Yeah, I know. Insulating membrane. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe these are really hard to get hold of, and the engineers are going to say, yeah, well, we just need some telemetry suites and some insulating membranes. But I can't carry them around. Really, really need storage in 2.2. So really, until that happens, I'm not bothering anymore with the engineers until 2.2 comes out. I don't think. All right, so where are we at then? So 44 tons. So that mission that they had up here. Let me go. Was it liberate? Yeah, I can't take that now. It's not. It's now become a requirement not met. But I wouldn't take it for 3.7. Okay, I might be making a fairly good run here. I mean, there was 2 interdiction attempts on my way back last time, and I handed in all the missions, and that was it. It was pretty easy. The hard part, if you want to call it hard, or the grindy bit, is just doing the jumps all the way back. You know, and with a full cargo, it takes a while. But with less chance of interdiction, you're quite free to scoop. And talking of scooping, this is another point. I've got a pretty good fuel scoop. Now you see the amount of missions. So another 3.3 million there. What have we got here? I'll get back to scooping in a little while, I promise. See, that's not worth it. That means I can only, I only got 28 tons left. Now if they came up with one here that said 160 tons for 18 million, I would drop all my other cargo. Yeah, lose some reputation. So yeah, I can earn another 3.3 million here. So I'll tell you what, let's pop into here and see what we got. I've only got 5 missions and I've got space for more. You can see they all give you like a day to do it. Okay, so 4.1, I'll try and do this in my head. I'm going to really be rough with it though. 4.1, 9.1, 13.1. Oh, only 2 million. Okay, 15.1 and another 5. So 15.1, so 20.1 million, which is pretty much almost what I made yesterday. So 20.1 million plus this will give me 23, shall we say 23.5 million. But they might offer another one with only 24 units, and then I can take two of those, and they might come to more. How much have I got left? Oh yeah, 44. I don't know. What the hell, for the sake of a million, let's just take it. Okay, so I'm pretty stocked up. Now I'm not at Solstice now, so I can't pick up the rares. But if I was there, I would have filled up the other 2 tons. I'm pretty full. So my jump range now is down to 18. So, eek, big eek. Interested to know how much Universal Carto I've got. So 371, is that? 371 and 44. Okay, so 400,000. Right then, so we've got the missions. We're ready to go. So first thing is pull back the map, and you'll see they're all pretty well grouped together. The key is just getting there really. And what I want to do is try and pick out, if I can navigate down here properly, just try and pick out the closest guy, which I think might be this one. 406, 415, but he's furthest away. I probably want to go to Beatrix first, because then I can just go up, down, across and up. I mean, it's probably going to be the same amount of jumps anyway, but if I go here, then I've got to go down and then across. It looks to be more efficient to go to Beatrix first. So let's pop into there, and we'll target that, and we'll plot the route. And it'll tell me that it's like 6 million jumps or something like that. Okay, 26, kind of what it was yesterday. Okay, so 26, now, scooping. I prefer Now there's a few nuances to this, but there's two ways you can do this. You can go jump, scoop, jump, scoop, jump, scoop, jump, scoop. Or you can go jump, 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 fill up by scooping. Jump, 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 fill up by scooping. I prefer that second method because it's quicker. I know I can just go jump and jump and jump and jump and jump, and when I get down to nearly an empty tank, keeping an eye on the galactic map to know that the next system you're jumping into you can scoop from, then I'll sit there and fill up the tank. The only downside is if you jump into that system, leave yourself another jump to a scoopable star, because if you jump in and say, right, this is the last jump I can make before I run out of fuel, and then you suddenly got somebody wanting to interdict you, really you just want to be out of there and jump to the next system. Because if you allow them to interdict you, and then you say, okay, I'm just going to boost away, you still need to fill up with fuel. So then you hit super cruise, you come back to the star, and then the guy who wants to interdict you is still there, and he's going to keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And you really don't get the fuel to jump out and back in again, maybe. You might do. So I know I can do 9 or 10 jumps before I need to refuel. So I'm going to do 7 jumps. 7 jumps, refuel. So here's how I'm going to plan this. Try and plan it ahead if I can. First I'm going to look at my route and find out where I'm running out, which is here. Then I come back. Let me just put this on star class where it should be. And I've only got highlighted the stars that I can scoop from, so I can't scoop from any of these bloody things by the looks of it. Okay, so I'll have to do it there, and I've got plenty of padding here. So I'm not going to remember the whole station obviously, so it's only 64 light years away, but C1718 is all I want to remember. And in fact, if you want, if your memory's as bad as mine, you can just plot the course to there. But it's always good to have your next move plotted in, really. So, but at least here, if you've got somebody who wants to interdict you, you can quickly jump into your navigation tab and come down to the first thing that says light years and jump there, and you'll have enough to jump and come back. So how many jumps is that now? Geez, only 4. But okay, yeah, that was early. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to stop the video, and if I get any action from NPCs, I'll come back. Otherwise, if it's a fairly uneventful trip, then I'll be back when I reach my first destination. I'll see you then. Right, I'm back a little bit early because we're 4 jumps away from Beatrix, and we're in the populated area now. I've had no interdiction attempts up to now because there's been nobody around. Now it has been a little bit tricky getting here on fuel because I went through so many systems like this one where there was no scoopable stars, even though I had scooped on the last possible star I could. I still had to find out if I could. I had to map the next series of jumps, and there was no scoopable stars anywhere near towards the end, and so I had to go in and manually plot to a scoopable star in order to then carry on the rest of the journey. Didn't have that yesterday, but it seems that, you know, I've got a bit of extra cargo today, so the route has slightly changed, and it's taking me through a minefield of unscoopable planets. Sometimes it works out that way, but we have plenty of fuel to get to Beatrix now. Plenty. See? Purple after purple planet. Star. no ships. I just had ships in the sector that I started the video on. So I thought,
3, 2, 1, engage.
I'm assuming that we are on the outskirts of the populated bubble. I don't know how far we are away from Shinrata, maybe a couple hundred light years. So Beatrix now, next stop. And as that is a named system, you can definitely expect NPCs. Non-player character.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Which is quite different from AI, isn't it, really? It is. It's a whole different thing altogether. Okay. Oh, I didn't
Incoming mission critical message.
plot the bloody station.
Fuel scooping.
14 minutes. Yeah. Okay, didn't plot the station. But it's here. Thankfully. So we don't need to scoop, but what I do is, if my next jump or my next target, my next destination is blocked like this, then I will sneak a fuel scoop in there. They always want it quicker once you jump into the system. Then why didn't you want it quicker like a jump previous? One of my destinations yesterday, the first one in fact, the station was something like 313,000 light seconds away. So if they gave me a 14-minute deadline there, forget it. It wasn't gonna. It would have been extremely tight at 14 minutes. I don't think I would have done it, to be honest. Okay, so as long as we don't get interdicted. See, yesterday when I was delivering these long-haul missions, not one of them popped up like that and said, you know, deliver it to us quicker. They pay me oh yes, one did. They pay me a bonus there, look, which you can see is minute compared to the actual payment of the mission. But hey, it's free money. It's free money if you get it there on time, so I'm all up for that. I'm tempted to do a few of these runs actually, because if I can make 1,100,000,000 or just over 100 million, I can go and get a power plant for an A8 power plant for my Anaconda, because no, is it? No, it's not A8, is it? Yeah. What have I got right now then? 8B? Yeah, 8B. And I need 8A. Yeah, the 8B was 46 million, and the 8A is 146 million, so a difference of 100. So that would pay for that. But I'm going to have to do at least 3 more of these runs at 20 million per run. Wow, I'm feeling some weird movement here on the Python. What's going on? Okay. It felt like it was pulling to one side for some reason, but it's not the joystick. It's okay now. Oops. Just killed a couple of people there. Took the tops of their heads off. Right, let's get paid for the first mission. And also keep an eye on the rep going up. So who are we delivering this one for? Okay, so well, that's a little bit better. Need to get to friendly though. Yeah, liberate Ceos. Okay. Well, there you go. There's 3.3 million already. So that means I've already reached the most money I've ever had in the bank. Okay. So, next step, very easy. We won't need to fuel scoop anymore. As we take a look at the picture, the 3D picture here. I think Warnates haven't been there for a long time. I think it's going to have to be probably I could go clockwise or anti-clockwise. I could do this one first, and then this one, then that one, then that one, then that one. Ideally, you probably want to end up at the system that's closest to Sothis. But hey, for the sake of a few light years or one jump, I'm not even going to sit and waste time calculating that lot. Okay, so 1/8 it is then. Let's go there. Looks like it's 2 jumps away. And we'll pop into the system map because it will be more efficient. And we'll just plot the route direct to the station. Okay. So there may be interdictions between here and there, but I've had nothing so far. Absolutely nothing. This is the advantage of carrying legal cargo, I suppose. The thing is, when you're smuggling stuff, which is more exciting, I have to say, but when you're carrying illegal goods, then you will get interdicted by ships that are outside the populated zone. They'll suddenly magically appear on your scanner. Whereas if you're carrying legal goods, they don't seem to be there. I have no idea the exact amount I'm gonna make here. I think it's probably something around 23 million. So if you've got a ship, I mean, you could do this in a hauler or a T6. You know, as long as you get a decent sized cargo, come down. You know, you may only have 64 tons or whatever, but you could still make about 10 million maybe. And if you've only got enough money for a T6, that's a good amount, you know. And yeah, you may have to jump a bit more and stuff like that, but stick a good fuel scoop on and just give yourself lots of cargo space. If you're in a Python, great. Python's got 292 tons of cargo by default. I have to say, if the runs are working out like this, well, I won't need the shields, so I could put more cargo in here. I could certainly change this or reconfigure this ship to run more than 200 tons of cargo by getting rid of the SRV, the interdictor, and swapping the shields out from grade 6 down to grade 5, and then changing the grade 5 cargo up to grade 6, class 6. And then, yeah, I'm well over 200 tons. but then you know, you're stacking more missions. But look, I mean, I'm not getting any trouble. I'm approaching my second destination now. There's been no hint of an interdiction. There's been no messages popping up. And it looks like these people aren't even in a rush. They're quite happy to take delivery when I get it there. And of course, if they scan you going into the station, it's not a problem because it's all legal stuff. I'm just a long distance hauler, basically. And I get paid well for it, which is how it should be. If you're prepared to travel, you know, an 800 light year round trip, then yes, you should be getting paid millions. But so much less. I'm happy to get paid 23 million for what is essentially, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's enough for me. So why would I take the smuggling missions? Assuming they actually came up on the board, that was. Because they haven't been popping up, but when Robigo was working and running nice, it was fun. It got the blood rushing. It was an adrenaline rush. And they took that away. Oh, somebody just bought it there. I just heard an explosion. Probably didn't pay his parking fine on time. Ooh, what am I doing? Looking down at the hood instead of paying attention to where I'm going. Put a nice big dent in the top there. That's going to come out of my bloody pay.
Warning, decrease speed immediately.
Sorry, just trying to get myself immersed into the fantasy. Alright then, let's get this one paid off.
Touchdown. Engines
Isn't this how they
Welcome, Commander.
pronounce it down south in America, how they pronounce the ex-president? Bush. President Bush. Okay, mission board. Here we go. I haven't got any really outstandingly big payments here. The biggest one I had yesterday was 5.9 million for one drop-off, which is pretty cool because this one's a 4 million one. Ooh. Federation Unite, superpower reputation. Yes, 5.9 million for one drop-off, which was the equivalent of the rebuy cost on this Python. So just that one drop-off, you know, paid for another rebuy, if you want to look at it that way. Alrighty. So now I've got to get my 3D again. Oh, so I'll be going here then. Oh God, this dialogue in the way. I hate it. I've not even selected it anymore. It shouldn't stay there unless you've kept your mouse on it. It should wait 3 or 4 seconds and disappear, I think, because it just gets right in the way. Now then, I didn't quite do this right, did I? Because I didn't do the system map and plot my route straight to the terminal, to the starport. But still, no problem. No problem. We can do that when we get there, as long as we don't get any interdiction warnings, because I'm going to want to look out for those as well. Oh, it's going to go right through, is it? Yeah, I've got to hit Super Cruise first then, because we're blocked. I don't fancy skimming off the surface of a planet to go around it. So, super cruise first.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And then we'll very, very quickly be going into jump right now. So I've pressed X already so that we're stopping at the sun, so I can go straight here, come down to our drop-off point, which is here, 3,000 light seconds away, and just having a look at the ship behind, which is a Python. And he's just turned to face me, which if he's going to Goha City, that would be his correct course of action, so I'm just going to slip this way. He hasn't tracked me, so Eagle I can take care of. Yeah, all those, no problem. Just a Python. Well, he's within striking distance if he wants to interdict. But I don't think he wants to. And I don't plan on losing any of my transactions either. Oh. Not named after Jean-Luc then. But close enough. I'm just going to refocus back here now. Retarget the station. So, yeah, if you want to make, you know, money, big money, for the least amount of risk, in the least amount of time, I would say that Sothis is your best, Sothis and Seos are your best buddies. But you have to become best friends with them first. So, if you can reach friendly status, cordial I don't think will cut it very well. You have to be friendly. They will offer you missions at cordial, but few and far between. Friendly, they're going to start offering you more missions more frequently. So, although I haven't really proved that today, but certainly when I went to Seos, the missions were popping up there kind of like they were doing at Sothis yesterday. Sothis had pretty much nothing on offer for me today. I think it was one mission or something. Okay, so there's that Python. He's only expert, but he's in a wing. I hate this bit.
Incoming mission critical message.
Great, and now they want it in a hurry. And I don't know who this guy's wingman is. Or what this guy's wingman is. It's an Imperial Eagle. Well, they can be a pain in the arse.
Target shields offline.
Are you running?
Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target shields offline.
Yeah, he's already engaged with the feds. See you later, pal. Rupert. You need some help, my Fed friends? No, you don't.
Target shields online.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
Well, get a bit of extra money there from the old Python kill.
4, 3.
I know what that message says. They want it within so many minutes. Well, if you stopped interdicting me, I'll be able to oblige you. Get the right button pressed. Yeah, you see? No minutes. How am I supposed to do that? The message when it originally came up probably said 1 minute, which is ridiculously stupid because it's impossible. It takes you that long to, once you've jumped into normal space, to dock, and then you've got to account for 30 seconds while the standby comes up on the mission board. I mean, the mission still goes through. It's not like the mission fails. I don't know why I just pressed that. I just pressed the throttle and I don't know why. I can't turn out of it either. Come on. Yeah, the mission still
Incoming
carries
mission
on.
critical message.
Well, it bloody better do anyway. Never mind, continue as originally planned. Yeah, you better not fail me. The timeline said 24 hours or 23 hours. So, don't you be giving me that crap. I'm not bothered about your little bonuses. I know they're just mini challenges or micro challenges. Can you get here any quicker? Damn straight I can. Funny how it pops up when you get interdicted though. We might have to bump this. No, we're okay. We're okay. Okay, first thing, get rid of this crap. Where the hell are you looking? Okay. Mission board. Oh, let's not forget to pick up the payment for the Python as well, which may have been more than the bonus here. See, this is only 2 million. No biggie. Yeah, there we go. Extra 54,000. And on to the next one. So what I'm going to do, I suppose, I don't know whether to keep the video running or not. I mean, clearly I'm running into grief now. I didn't even have to take on that Python. Is this where I want to be? Yeah, it doesn't matter now, the order. Yeah, I didn't even have to take on that Python, to be honest. But it was only an expert one, so it wasn't going to be too much of a problem. See, if it wasn't for the fact that you have to zoom into the system map in order to pick the station and target it, I can beat the message that says ship released. But when you have to zoom in, because otherwise it won't target properly, then you can't beat the message ship released. Only on very rare occasions, I would say. Jar strap. What's that from? Half-Life? Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
That's where I last heard it. Jazz strip. Half-Life 2, wasn't it? I don't know. I'd like to play a new Half-Life game. Not anything rehashed. Oh, here we go. Right, so it's an elite clipper. So I'm trying to drop speed here. He's behind me, so I drop speed and I pull out. Okay, and now, because he's going to follow me, I'm going to start a jump. Oh, okay, no problem. I'm just going to jump out the system, because I know that if I go back into Super Cruise, he's going to follow me. An elite clipper's going to do some damage, so I'd rather just do this. And I can jump out before he jumps into my wake. And that's how I avoid interdictions. Yeah, it means you got to jump out. But hey. Okay, looks like we're fairly safe here. I'm not going to scan the system. Where was I going? Here? See? You can't you can't select it. You need to zoom. It is, they need to fix it, honestly. I know they tried once, but it's, to be honest, it's not really, it's not good enough. It needs to be tweaked a little bit more. It is better than it was, no doubt. Wait a minute, what the hell have I? Is this the system I had targeted last time? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what order I do it in. Okay. Doesn't matter. May have been, may not. Yeah, it was, because it was. Yeah, it was. It was the same. Yeah, it was the same destination on the system. Hopefully we won't get any more hassle. The thing that breaks the immersion for me there is the moment you jump into the system, the very second you jump in, they're on you. Oh, you're the one with the big hole. Well, you haven't even had a chance to see that it's me yet. I don't know. I know they have to do it quickly, otherwise you're out of there. Anyway, it's the way it is. I prefer not getting interdicted in the system I'm delivering to. And this looks like it's not going to take long. What? That's the strangest station name I've come across. Named after somebody, no doubt, who was born in 1972 with the initials RJH. That's what I would put that down to, if I had to guess. Maybe someone known to Frontier, maybe a tribute to somebody. Don't know. Looks to be a quiet run in. So yeah, the Imperial Clipper I wouldn't have liked to face, because he would have got my shields down possibly before I got the hell out of there. Which wouldn't have mattered. The key thing is not to get destroyed. Really. But then, actually no, the last time I got interdicted by an elite clipper, I got a couple of boosts on him, and then I was so far away that his plasma accelerator, what would you call them? The ammo, the bullets. I call them bullets, but they're not. Yeah, his plasma accelerator bursts were not hitting me. I just kept moving and twiddling around, and the Python is a very slim ship, so it's, you know, if they're aiming on my wings, as it were, I just have to tilt it, and you can hear them just flying past you as they go past and miss. But the Clipper's got some speed on it though. But the more cargo I'm dropping off, the faster I become at boost anyway, and the more jump range I have. Okay, let's see where the entrance is here. Copy that. We're coming in. And all that stuff. Ooh! I overdid that.
Scan detected.
I was thrusting over to the right there, and I overdid it. There we go. Yeah, the worst place to get stuck is inside the letterbox. The station doesn't like that.
Fly smart, fly safe, reduce your speed inside the docking bay.
Okay, how many have we got left after this? 2, I think, isn't it? Okay. Oh, this is the worst bit. If anybody wanted their cargo like within 1 minute, you got no chance, have you? Unless the clock stops once you've docked. That would be fair. Look at that, this was the big one. 5 million there. But it was for the wrong faction. If it was the Seos one, that would have been great. But it doesn't move your reputation up too much, even though that was a big reward there. Okay, so I'm probably going to edit this video because I don't think you want to see me just going from jump to jump. Right, who's the closest? 31 and 27, so we'll go here. Lambda Andromedae. Or Andromeda. Andromeda. Lambda. I have a Lambda on my car. It's an oxygen sensor, I believe. The Lambda sensor. Anyway. Enough rubbish. And off we go. Should be 2 jumps then. Pretty sure. Shows how much attention I was paying to the galactic map. Clear for egress. That's it. Egress is probably the short way of saying egg and cress. Have you had an egg and cress sandwich? I haven't had one since I was a kid. I haven't even seen cress being sold. Scrambled egg and cress sandwich. Oh, beautiful. Next time I go to the supermarket, I'm going to see if they've got any cress. And I'm going to do myself some egg and cress sandwiches. Wow, long time since I had those. It's probably a very British thing. Okay, I've got to be careful with these guys. I don't like these stars at all. They're worse than the Kardashians. For popularity. Oh, they're great for if you're exploring, but not so good to bump into. Here we go then. Lambda Andromedae. Andromeda. It's probably still pronounced Andromeda actually. Well, I must have got it right with one of those. Norse Orbital. And again, so far, nobody's after me. There's one ship behind me, but he looks to be... It doesn't look to be a threat at the moment. He's not on my... He's not... Is he on the glancing angle for a interdiction? Doesn't look like it. But it's possible that this Elite Dangerous gives the NPCs a little bit more flexibility. Just saying. So no platforms to deliver to at the moment. They've all been Acellus. No, they haven't. They haven't. There's been a couple of Coriolis. But no platforms, and yesterday I think the first 2 or 3 missions were delivered to platforms. I think it was just the first 2. Yep, and then the 3rd, 4th and 5th were just proper starports. Not that it makes a difference. It makes a difference if you're smuggling, because platforms are much more desirable. Because you've got a lot... I don't think you get even scanned. I don't recall getting scanned at a platform on the way in. But you can certainly have cops around the area that will scan you, or ships that will jump in with you and then try and engage you from the previous system. So all that can still happen. All good fun. So we got this one, and we got one more drop off, and that's it. We've made a cool 23 million in a relatively short period of time. I mean, if I spent 2 hours in a hazardous res without getting myself killed, or losing my shields and having to go back for repairs, and I couldn't make 20... there's no way I'm making 23 million in 2 hours. I don't know if you can stack destroy the generator missions, but they'd all have to be to the same place. And I have done a video previously where I did those missions, and then you could just destroy the generator and it would complete... You would complete maybe 8 or 9 missions in one go. The most I ever stacked was, I think, it was either... I think I stacked about... It was either just over 60 or 70 missions. I think it might have been 63 missions I stacked. It was all base assault, and yeah, you just complete that and you complete all the missions at once. You go back and you pick up lots of money. No, I don't think even as much as this though. It didn't pay as much as this, maybe about 11, 15 million. Stacking 60, 70 missions, of course, would pay you considerably more. Maybe knocking on the door of 19, 20 million, but again, you know, there was no risk because you could shoot at it from your ship. You can't do that now. Now you have to do it from your SRV, which still doable, just takes a bit longer. Okay, how much have we got for this one? 4.1. And again, it's to the people I'm already allied with. So if we drop off this next one, we'll be I'll be over 40 million. And this is the system, ROS 310, which was the first mission we picked up, which I believe then must be the bio waste that they wanted. And this was from the only mission I picked up from Sothis, I believe. If I've got my facts and figures right. Yep, it's the bio waste. And who's it for? It doesn't say. It doesn't say who I'm doing the mission for. That's kind of bizarre. I'll find out when I hand it in. Okay, so this looks like it's not behind us. It's just a bit further down. So we'll just slowly edge down and boost. See, if I find that my destination is directly behind me, rather than turn around and then just boost, I just go straight forward, further away from it and boost. And then once I'm out of mass lock, I start charging, but I'm boosting all the time, and then when it gets to the end of the charge and says align with target, then I turn around and align with target. And then it will start the countdown before it gets back on to being mass locked again. And why haven't I aligned with my target?
3, 2, 1,
I find that the quicker way. Because otherwise you're turning around and then you've got to clear the entire station first before you can get out of mass lock. So it's easier just to go forwards and then turn around at the end once you've cleared the station. Top tip there. Alright, this is it then. This is where we'll be camped up for the night. We'll be stopping at ROS 310 and hopefully they serve an English breakfast in the morning. Oof. I just have one of them right now. Right after my egg and cress sandwiches, of course. Which station is this? That's Amore. Sorry. It's getting late. So let's line up both station and planet if we can. And we'll head towards the planet with the station right above. And then we'll start turning into it here. I'm a little bit offline. I'm quite a bit offline, but still. If you look on the radar, you'll see how high or low down the planet is. But still, that was good enough. Right in front of us there. So 2 boosts. And 1 more for luck. Kill the engines. See if we can get through the slot under the speed limit. It's going to be tight. Oh, somebody else just got killed. And there we go. We made it. Sorry if you got dizzy there. I wonder if it... Yeah, I don't really get it. But if I'm watching other people's videos and they're doing these maneuvers, it doesn't really bother me. I don't get like motion sickness or nothing like that. I suppose if it was constant, it would probably be a bit of a bother. Okay, anyway. Do that. Mission. I started off with a billion and 20... Let's forget the billion for now. Started off with 20 million. 20.1 I think it was. And I end up with 44.3. So yeah, that's right. It's what I calculated before, wasn't it? 23.1 million. Again, for Federation Unite, they're going to love me now. So yeah, 23.1 million, and it doesn't help my trade rep because I'm already trade rank elite, so I can't confirm whether that climbs or not. I would say it would count towards trade, wouldn't it? I don't know. Maybe if you do one of these missions and let me know if it counts towards your trade rank. You might have to hand, depending on your current rank, you may have to hand a couple in before it moves up. But if you hand a mission in of 5 million, then for sure it's going to move. But I don't know if it affects your trade rank. I don't see why not. Although you're not trading on the commodities board. Anyway, so there we go. That's all the missions handed in then. 23.1 million made. 2 interdiction attempts, one that I evaded and one that I took on. And there we go. So get yourself down to Sothis and Ceos if you need some quick cash. It's definitely worth it. You know, the risk really is minimal. It's minimal for the money that you get back. So anyway, yeah, there we go. A video that's something different. I haven't done one of these types of videos since I did a Robigo one way back in 2.0. But Robigo's been technically nerfed now. But you can pick up missions like this not only from Sothis and Ceos, but I think in Merope or Maya you can pick these kind of missions up. Yeah, Maya, I think you can pick them up. Any system that's populated but is a long distance away from the bubble, you can get these kind of missions, I believe. But Sothis and Ceos seem to be popular haunts for this kind of thing. I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.